Good evening, ladies of the temple. Welcome to tonight's final session of the Healing with the Master series. Tonight, I'm very excited to jump in with my man, Yeshua the Christ. It's going to be very powerful, full body divine healing and receivership. So get ready for some beautiful golden divine light energy tonight. So we'll be working in the quantum realm as we have been throughout this process. So welcome new women to the temple. Excited to have you here as we grow our international community of awakening women, finding your way in the world, bringing all of your spiritual gifts forward, being of service with your deeper purpose and destiny. So excited to have you here. This is a safe space to explore all of your wild magical gifts. So as you're joining us, grabbing your journal and pen, a sacred beverage, any altar items you'd like to have by your side. If you'd like to join me in lighting a candle tonight, I always light a candle with an intention for love and healing and release and connection before each one of our sessions here in the temple. And this three-part series was divinely guided and orchestrated from Spirit to prepare the way, Beltane week, for our powerful Beltane retreat happening this coming Saturday, May 1st. It's still possible to join us. We have a powerful group of women joining us from around the world. Got some initiated women, some women that have just jumped into the 2-month Priestess course, some other ladies that have just joined the temple jumping in. It's going to be an activating day of receivership and in sacred circle and community, brainstorming what you want for your life, what may be in the way, allowing some healing and awareness around what that is, and sacred sisterhood, allowing yourself to be seen and heard in your spiritual authenticity, all kinds of good stuff. So it's going to be a very powerful day. This is the second time this year I've done this on divine guidance, and don't currently see another time I'll be able to offer it with my current calendar. So it's a really powerful opportunity to come experience the Priestess path. What is it all about in our modern times? What does it mean to be living this ancient work in modern times? So welcome. So first night, this past Tuesday in the healing series, this has been a 3-part series. We worked with the Na'vi of Avatar/Pandora. Experienced really powerful healing with their beautiful blue selves, blue energy, cosmic energy connected to the earth. We went into the sacred grove where they live and do their healings, and received healing in a sacred circle. It was very powerful. Deep connection to the natural world, to our bodies, to our hearts. And then last night, we received healing with Mary Magdalene. We worked a lot with root and sacral chakra, deep earth connection, body temple connection, and we did some work in the sacred caves, womb cave healing. So tonight, we're going to seal it in with strong divine connection, cosmic connection, working a lot with Father Sky, the galactic realm, our star brothers and sisters, the ascended masters, the winged ones, the dragons, the fairies, nymphs, and gnomes, and all of the critters of the cosmic sky that I like to say. And so before every healing, we always call in safe sacred space, call in all of our guides, angels, and protectors, so it's always a safe space to receive. So prepare for spirit guides anywhere from 20 to 40 minutes for tonight's healing. And I'll be sharing some about why I feel like Spirit chose Yeshua as being part of this trinity of healings. And so I shared last night about Mary Magdalene and who she was as a high priestess, high initiate of the high alchemical arts of Egypt, ancient Egypt. She was a high priestess of Isis. She was a prophetess in her own right. And she was the divine partner of Yeshua. Oh, I didn't tell y'all that my hair is still wet from the creek. So I baptized myself tonight for y'all as I was communing in the forest here on our sacred property. I immersed myself in the cold mountain water for the first time this season. It felt like the appropriate day as I was tuning in to Yeshua's energy, the energy of clearing, of baptismal energy, of releasing and letting go. I said a deep prayer to release what's not serving any longer so I could be a clear channel for you tonight and a clear channel for divine love and Christ light to move through. And so I got in the 64-degree water. Hair's still wet, got my creek hairs on. It was amazing. It actually wasn't that cold. And I did my ritual sand bathing where I rub sand all over and intentionally release and clear. And you know, that's like sacred mud that you go to a spa to have someone put all over your body, like mineral rich, detoxifying. And said that intention and then immersed myself like a baby in my birth clothes, sans clothes, birthday suit. Is that what it is? So just wanted to give you that little snippet of preparation. So as I was immersing myself in the water, a message that came for you tonight is that everything you desire for your life is on the other side of your resistance. It's on the other side of your fear and resistance. Because I was sitting there looking in the water. I didn't have a towel, just had my tank top and shorts and tennis shoes on. And it had gotten a little overcast, and I knew it was going to be chilly. And some of the bank had washed away from a recent storm that we had. And so it wasn't as easy to get in as it normally is. The swimming hole had shifted because it's a waterfall. And when we get a big storm, it digs out different parts of the creek. So I couldn't fully see. So it was a little murky. And I realized in that moment, like, this is so representative of cleansing and releasing. Like, everything we desire is on the other side of our resistance, is on the other side of our fear. And so let that be lesson number 1 for tonight to put down in your journal. Everything I desire is on the other side of my resistance and fear. Because it's really true, and we're called into something expansive and grand that's beyond us. We feel, I'm just one person. How could I possibly do that thing? And so can you imagine that maybe Yeshua felt that way? You think so? He had his disciples, he had his followers, he had his support team and people around him. He had supportive members of his community. And even in the face of lots of resistance, because he was going against the norm at that time, he was a revolutionary, he was a visionary, he was a bringer of light, as you ladies are in the temple, as I'll also recognize the mystic priestess path. It's not the easy path, but it is the most powerful path to joy and ecstasy and divine connection and purpose and destiny than I've ever found in over 25 years of doing personal growth work. And so when we're called into something greater, we can feel the fear of our singleness, our humanness, our oneness, our individualness. It can feel really scary and isolating because we oftentimes, when we start to feel a call and to expand into something more, we're not necessarily always in a community of people that are going to support that. And so it requires that we find our tribe. And that's what this path is all about, is finding our tribe, finding each other again. And as I shared last night, shared quite a bit lately, pretty sure it was last night, when we find each other, that the sacred knowledge of the priestess path within us unlocks. And we start to remember. We remember ourselves as wise women, as witches, as priestesses, as the original doctors, as the medicine women of our tribe. We start to remember our gifts, skills, and abilities. It starts to come back online. And we recognize that we hid it away, we put it in a box and stored it somewhere because we were born into a society that didn't cultivate it, that didn't understand it. Our parents didn't understand. Most likely, pretty much everybody I've met was born into a family that didn't understand your sensitivities, your gifts, your empathic abilities, your seer visionary abilities. And now we have children being born that are unwilling to have it squelched. The indigo, crystal, rainbow children, that are being born right now are coming in with their wild medicine intact, and they're not willing to sacrifice their purpose and destiny and authenticity for our societal norms. And so we have the opportunity to learn a tremendous amount from them. And many of the women that are drawn to this path have these children. And you recognize that you're here to do it differently. You're here to create new systems, new ways of doing relationship and business and love of our body, temples, health and wellness, and the way that we hold our spiritual gifts, connection to the natural world. You're the visionary way shower. You're the light bringer. You're the one that's being called to do it differently, or you wouldn't have been given those children. And so those of us that haven't birthed our own children, I had a stepson like that, and nieces like that, and all the women that I've supported rebirthing themselves through this process have these children. So I've had the opportunity to get to know them. And so Yeshua and Magdalene were two of those children. They came in with the astrological sign, the star, the imprint of a priest and a priestess. They were called to birth a new paradigm of unity consciousness, of Christ-like consciousness into the world. And after Yeshua passed, Magdalene carried on, adding some rose oil. This is the rose line that I'm speaking of, that the mystic priestess path was birthed out of, that I was initiated into, with heavy concentration in South France. So it said that Magdalene carried on with their daughter Sarah to South France, and that she lived in South France in the caves in communion with the Druid, Celtic, Norse people and the priestesses of Isis and Avalon that were there already, in communion with them as they met her on the shore when she arrived. And she carried on her ministry in the caves of South France, it said, for decades after. And so when the two of them, Yeshua and Magdalene, came together, they were embodiment of the sacred masculine and divine feminine. Sacred, divine, I use them interchangeably. And they knew when they came together, they were here to create something extraordinary. And they also knew that their time together would be limited. They had 3 years together, basically, to bring the ministry forth. And they knew it wasn't going to be easy, but it was their divine destiny to do so. And so the message to share with you tonight from their story is you too are being called into something greater. You too are being called to fulfill a destiny and purpose that you came here for, that was imprinted in your soul blueprint when you came in. And the priestess path is a way to bring it forward, to birth your gifts into the world in the way that you know you're meant to, that you've been felt blocked or stuck in doing so out of fear or concern of what it might look like. I'm just one person. How am I going to do this? My current circumstances don't align with the vision that's calling me forth. I get all of it. I completely understand that. And it can be so challenging trying to navigate it on your own. And we're not meant to navigate it on our own anymore. I tried. I went through years of trainings and initiations and ordinations, and they were the type of trainings where you did the thing and then you were kind of just shot out on your own to try to figure it out of the birth canal. And it was challenging because my environment didn't always support the expansion I was feeling. And so my call out to Spirit was, where are my people? How do I find my people? And the call that came was, you're creating the path. You're creating the way. You are creating the community. And as I have been called to create this and birth the Mystic Priestess path that's been facilitated the past 6 years, you too are being called into something extraordinary. And this is a place for you to explore that. And this Saturday's Beltane retreat is going to be an incredible opportunity to explore that. And so, if you recognize that you are a sensitive, empathic person that was born into the world with a clear knowing of things that others didn't understand, then your gifts and skills are needed in the world because you can see what others don't see. You can help them, you can help the people you're here to support understand in a way that they can't understand. And that's your gift. And I know it's been overwhelming and challenging to navigate your gifts in the world because we don't live in a society, again, that cultivates that. But those of us that have found the path to be of support and mentorship are here for you. We have walked it. We have lived it. We understand the struggle. The struggle is real. And so there is a place for you, and this temple is a place for you. So I feel that Yeshua wanted me to share all of that with you because he too felt fear. He too felt apprehension. He didn't know what it was going to look like. He was on his knees on the mountaintop under the tree meditating because he studied Eastern philosophy and meditation for decades before he birthed his ministry. He was in deep prayer a lot. And so this Mystic Priestess path is a version of being in deep prayer to open up to be the oracle, the way shower, the light bringer that you are, to surrender. And so another piece that came through when I was in the creek baptizing in preparation tonight was your ability to have a purpose-filled life of destiny is directly related to your ability to surrender to it. Surrender to it. And so the image that comes is Yeshua on his knees in prayer. And I know that there's a lot of Christian dogma wrapped up in that we want to unravel. Because I grew up in the South of the United States, and it's a very strong Christian, we're in the Bible Belt. And when I started to awaken to all of this, it was very important for me to heal all of my baggage and perceptions and belief systems around the dogma of the Christian church in order to find my relationship with the Christ light within me, which is what Christ ultimately was talking about. That the Christ light is the life force of the divine that is yours when you are birthed into the world. No one owns that. No one has that, and you must follow a set of rules or guidelines to get it. There's no white dude in the sky with a beard that you have to follow 10 commandments for in order to be loved to have it. It is available to all of us all the time because we are it. There's no separation from it. The separation is in the mind, and the separation has been created through the dogma and belief systems that have wanted to disempower you from believing that. And so the true Christ that I came to know outside of the dogma of the Christian church was the one that was unconditionally loving, all about unity consciousness, here to show us the possibility of our expansiveness, the possibility that we have to create and bring forth our gifts in the world, to be of service in the way we are being called into, our ability to communicate in a way through our heart, not just our words, but through our thoughts, through our mind, through our eyes, through our bodies, through our healing hands. There's so much that he was here to teach us that got twisted and rewritten over thousands of years into what we now know of it. And so there's a lot of unraveling that happens on the priestess path, unraveling of stories and belief systems that we were born into that have been deeply wounding. And so on this path, we don't believe in original sin. We believe that you're whole, healthy, and complete when you get here, and you never are not that. That again, the wounding and separation is a belief system that's created in the mind that creates the separation, that you are already whole, healthy, and complete, that a divine child that is born from the life force of all creation can't possibly be born into sin when it's here. What kind of God is that? And so we must awaken to who is the goddess within you that you resonate with, that is your expression of the divine, and grab onto that and cultivate your connection to that. That is you. You are it. You are the life force of all creation. You are the energy that birthed you. And so the great thing is anything that's not working in your life, this is what the priestess path teaches us through the 8 pillars, if there's anything that's not working in your life, you have the ability and control to change it. It is up to you. No matter what your circumstances are right now that can feel really challenging, I get it. I have been there many times. When you're facing your fear and resistance, when you're facing your doubt, when you're facing your loneliness or aloneness, when you're facing disconnection, the lone wolf syndrome, when you're facing health challenges, financial challenges, relationship challenges, it can feel so overwhelming, and it can feel debilitating that there's no way out. And I'm here to tell you there always is. There's always a way out. There's always a way to shift your circumstances and reality. And Yeshua was here through his decades of studying all of the wise ways of Eastern medicine and mindfulness practices and tantra and shamanic practices. He studied all of that before he birthed his ministry, able to heal in such a powerful way. He worked on transcending his human consciousness to know that he was capable of that. He said, you too will do this and more. Pretty clear to me. And so, beloved, what do you know that you know you're meant to birth in the world that you've been resisting because you've had fear of? Go ahead and write that down in your journal. Just free flow consciousness. Don't think about it too much. You already know. Your heart and soul and body already knows. What is the thing that you're here to birth that you've been resisting because of fear? And we can bring that into the healing tonight. Taking a sip of your beverage. Hi, Shelly Ann. Good to see you, dear. Let's do some healing, shall we? I think I've talked enough. So for tonight's healing, we're going to go into the quantum realm of divine healing and life force energy with Yeshua. So once you finish your writing, allow yourself to get comfortable where you are, seated or lying down, whatever works well for you. And closing your eyes. Deep breath in, allowing your heart to receive tonight as you roll your shoulders back, elongating your spine, opening up your chakra centers. You may hear me speak some unusual language tonight, light language, healing mantra of the stars and of the earth. Sometimes beings will communicate through in a non-English way, and it's meant to open your heart to receive. And sometimes I can interpret what they're saying, so I may also bring through messages in relation to that. So as always, we want to ground and connect to the earth to create stability for our healing tonight, to know that you're safe and protected. And we also open a portal above our heads with a 6-pointed star, opening up one way out into the cosmos to release what's not serving you any longer tonight. As we simultaneously drop an energetic cord of light from the base of our spine and from our feet tonight, down through the layers of the building, tapping into the crust of the earth, and down, down, down into the core of the Great Mother. And as you drop those cords of light, imagining your energy body, your physical body, lights up with bright white light. And we're going to do 3 deep breaths of beautiful golden white light up from the core of the earth. And when you do, imagining that runs along your the cords of light up into your root chakra and your feet, and up your body, opening and clearing all of your chakra centers, and out your crown. Beautiful golden white light 3 times. Opening and clearing, letting go. 2nd time from the core of the earth up and out. Out your crown, and like golden white starlight dancing around your auric field, cleansing and purifying, bringing you present here and now. And one more time. Feel free to shake out your shoulders, awakening your body, releasing stress, rolling your shoulders back. Hi, Elizabeth. Okay, so tonight we're going to work in the cosmic temple in the sky. This is the temple of the mystic priestess, where Yeshua will be joining us. This is a bright, white, light, open temple with 8 pillars, 4 on each side. The 8 pillars represent the 8 pillars of the mystic priestess path. And this is high up on a mountain, overlooking beautiful, rugged mountains as far as the eye can see, and the ocean. So as you're safe and connected and grounded in your body, we're now going to move up and out of your body and your consciousness and your mind, safe and protected, up into this beautiful, bright, white, open, huge temple, all white Italian marble, clean and clear, and drop yourself right in the center. Ooh. And as you're at the center now, feeling the marble under your feet, feeling yourself dressed in white, flowing, gauzy dress cloth. A gentle breeze is blowing the cloth. And you're going to ignite your power stance, which is your feet shoulder width apart, knees slightly bent, shoulders rolled back, elongating your spine so it's full and clear. Your coccyx slightly turned under, so it elongates your spine well. This becomes a conduit between heaven and earth. Arms gently by your side with palms forward. And we're now going to call in all of our guides, angels, and protectors to surround you now in all their different forms. And then around them are big, beautiful archangels, all different kinds, with big, beautiful, radiant golden wings of protection. And on the outside of the temple, we have a circle of the Knights Templar, the masculine embodied of protection. And then facing out, we have a circle of protection of dragons of all different kinds. Safe and protected. Look at all the amazing spiritual posse that have shown up to support you tonight. Breathing in their powerful presence and feeling so supported. So now Yeshua descends from the heavens down in front of you in the image that's right for you. Powerful, radiant, present, sacred masculine, divine embodied, radiant heart, here for you. Feel any emotion you may feel just with his presence. Any ascended master that walked the planet, that was here to change thousands of lives, found a level of enlightenment, which is the communion between their human and divine self within them. So that's simply what it is. You too can be that. You too can do that. And they carry such a powerful radiance that they activate those around them. So allow yourself to feel his activation of presence right in front of you as you're in your receptive stance of receivership. Notice the golden light illuminating from his heart, radiating from his heart throughout his body. Notice the golden light pouring from his hands. Feel the love pouring from his eyes. He loves you unconditionally. He is the embodiment of unconditional love, of unity between divine and human within you. So he now steps closer to you and places his hand on your heart, and then one hand on his heart. And you start to feel the powerful divine love moving into your body from his hands, beautiful golden white light pouring into your body through your heart. Breathing it in, allowing yourself to receive in your receivership as the feminine receiving from the masculine. You are safe here. It is safe to receive here. It's safe to trust here. It's safe to allow here. Allow him to show you that. Allow him to heal the parts of you that have felt separated and alone and isolated. Allow him to heal the parts of you that have felt separated from the masculine, wounded by the masculine, rejected by the masculine, abandoned by the masculine. Allow that to be healed now. Feel it moving throughout your body, noticing any resistance you feel or any emotion that's rising up. And then as you feel whatever is in your consciousness that you brought through in the beginning of tonight, or you can bring it through now, what do you know is time to let go of? What is it time to let go of that Christ wants to take for you? He says, give it to me, beloved. You no longer have to struggle with this. You no longer have to feel so alone. You no longer have to feel the burden of this life. I am here for you, with you. Allow me. Trust me. Let go of the dogma of what has been told about me. It's time to enter a new relationship. As you are me, I am you. The Christ light and presence is available for all of us. So what is it that's in the way of your recognition of that? Now imagine it takes on a form inside your body. Where is it being held? With his hand still on your heart and on his heart, he's transmuting this for you. He wants to take it for you to transmute back to divine love. So allow that to form itself with whatever color feels right for you, forming that in your consciousness. Feel that moving up and through and out your heart through his hand. He now takes it with both of his hands and shoots it up the pillar of light in the center of the temple above your head to transmute back to divine light. As it's released, he clears his hands with sweeping, and then he brings the golden light from his heart and places it in yours to feel the void of wherever that emotion came from. And now he places one hand on your back at your high back heart and one hand on your front high heart, and allow him to transmit this divine love back inside of you now. Ula se ke ishi silai, trusa leia ke asatai, he ase la triasatai, trusi hila te akasai. Trust and allow. Trula se akasai, he la se la trusi la kai, hula se la trusi asai, he la ke la la kaya. Once you feel this is complete, you now embrace and allow him to hold you and relax into him. Rest in his arms. Allow yourself to receive as the feminine. Allow yourself to be supported. Allow yourself to be held. He then has a sacred message just for you. Allow yourself to receive it. You no longer have to feel alone. He is here for you always and wants to support your evolution in the way that he knows so well, facing your fears, allowing yourself to be supported, allowing yourself to be seen, allowing the divine light within you to radiate and shine forth. Breathing in all of this gift and thanksgiving He then steps back and bows in gratitude to you for showing up, as you're not only healing for yourself, but you're healing for your lineage line, for your family line, your spiritual line, and all of creation. So those of you that are called to do this work are healing for the collective, and we are so grateful. You now see Yeshua, his energy body, his physical body, start to dance in golden white light, dances in a spiraling DNA helix of divine light, and then enters you in your heart as you allowing yourself to receive it in great thanksgiving and gratitude. Knowing that he is there with you always. As you're ready, coming back up and out of the temple, back down into your physical body now, and opening your eyes. Welcome back. That was beautiful. Every one of this 3-part series has been incredibly unique, and I've loved it. How was that? I would love to hear in the comments how that experience was for you. Record your thoughts and feelings and messages in your journal right after this. Take some time outside if you can to walk the earth, lie down, breathe in the fresh air. Look at the bright green bursting forth, the blue sky if you have that today. Connect with animals and loved ones. Take a healing salt bath tonight if you can. Rest well. You'll take some time to integrate the healing from tonight. You'll notice shifts in perspectives and belief systems from this. Yes, fantastic. I'm so glad, Beth. Excellent. Yeah, these are powerful healings, and you'll want some time to integrate. And so again, we're all preparing for this powerful Beltane retreat this Saturday, May 1st, virtual, so women can join from around the world with ease and grace from your own sacred home. It's going to be an incredible opportunity. This magnified, we're going to do guided processes, journaling, sharing through Zoom, so we'll be able to interact. We can meet, engage. I can hear your visions for your life, be supported in sacred sisterhood of like minds, awakening on the path, bring your gifts forward. Receive healing, activation, downloads, clarity on your path. So many good things are going to come from that experience. So if you haven't registered to join us, ladies on the line, I know Beth, are you coming, Shelley? Curious. I know Beth's coming for sure. We've got a beautiful lineup of women coming. It's going to be amazing. So definitely clear your calendar. I'll drop the registration link in the comments so you can read more about it. We're offering an incredible scholarship to join us. It's a 5-hour immersive experience, 12 to 5 EST. So thank you so much for being here for this 3-part series. It's been amazing. I definitely see doing more of these because we got a lot of ascended masters and healers and guides that we work with on the path, and this was incredible. I loved it. And ladies reported so much incredible shifts and changes inside. So I'm so grateful for that. So much love and blessings. I look forward to hearing your comments of what you received in the comments below. And I'll drop a link to Beltane Saturday. And we'll see many of you then. Much love and blessings. Good night. Bye, priestesses.